Architecture is never just about buildings. It's about how we choose to live, gather, learn, govern, and imagine the future. In the 1990s, as Britain emerged from recession, new conversations opened up around regeneration and national identity. And against this backdrop, the RIBA Stirling Prize was founded to recognise the UK's best new building and to ask a bigger question. What should we expect from the places we build? Over 30 years, the prize has become something more than an award. It's a record of how architecture reflects our values, decade by decade. Few people have watched that record take shape more closely than Lord Foster, a Stirling Prize judge. Its only three-time recipient and one of the most influential architects of our time.
As a principle, over time, it's a true reflection of the era. There is an extraordinary diversity of works across the nation in different categories, whether it's housing, whether it's industry, whether it's a region. It draws a public attention to the importance of design, the power of design for improving quality of life, for creating opportunities. It rewards effort and the pursuit of excellence in whatever form that might take.
In the prize's early years, as architecture became increasingly tied to questions of civic identity and public expression, one building would come to define what architecture could mean for a nation. Awarded the Stirling Prize in 2005 and described by the jury at the time as a statement of sparkling excellence, the Scottish Parliament demonstrated architecture's power to embody democratic ideals and give form to a nation's aspirations.
The presiding officer at the opening ceremony talked about being able to sit in the debating chamber and look out of the windows at the back of the debating chamber and be able to see Arthur's Seat. And that relationship between the building and the landscape was such a fundamental part of Enrique's original concept and what makes the building Scottish. I think a lot of what makes the building so successful architecturally is about enhancing the experience of those kind of everyday rituals that take place inside the building.
By design, we have an open and accessible building. The elected members, when they're going, for example, from their offices to committee rooms or to the chamber, even to the canteen, they have to transition through that circulation space where we have lots of people, visitors, staff, media, all working, and that gives people a real sense of their elected representatives moving around the building and what they do on a day-to-day basis.
All the way through the project, we were never really 100% sure until very late in the day whether we were even going to finish the building or not. But get to the finish line we did, so it was an incredibly positive moment.
Certainly, this new Parliament building has had a difficult and controversial birth. But that is all the more reason to ensure that with the energy, flair and determination for which Scots are renowned the world over, Holyrood comes to be seen as a landmark of 21st century democracy.
Architecture doesn't only shape how we gather as a society, it shapes how we live through life's most personal moments. In the prize's second decade, its attention began to shift from the institutions that defined us to the spaces that care for our people. In 2009, Maggie's London, a cancer care centre, won the Stirling Prize. Praised by the jury for expressing compassion, sensitivity and a deep sense of our common humanity, it showed how architecture can help bring solace, peace and calm in some of the most difficult moments of our lives.
Coming to a Maggie's centre, and this was explained to me by Maggie's themselves, was always a difficult experience. This building responds very specifically to an idea that on your first visit, you can take your moments and pause and reflect.
So the design of this building really affects the way that we support people. You can see and feel that it's a very natural, calm, homely space. And it's a real contrast to the hospital setting that most people will find themselves in during a cancer experience. People are often shuffled into rooms, doors are closed, curtains are pulled around beds. Whereas here it's such an open space that people can really open up to each other. When you come into a Maggie centre, the colours, the welcome, the open spaces, the sofas, the putting the kettle on yourself, all of that helps to put somebody at ease and they can instinctively see it's a different space.
When I first came to Maggie's, came through the front doors and it was just inclusive. It was bright, airy, but it was also calm enough for you to be able to start off a conversation and feel really as if someone's going to listen to you. And there are lots of little nooks and crannies that you can sit and have a private conversation. So it was reassuring that this was my time, that someone was going to listen to me.
I don't think I've been involved in a project, and I've built 100 plus buildings in my career, where I've seen the people who use the building enthuse about the building so much. It's the people who use it, the people who visit and work here, and it becomes part of their lives. They are the success.
And if architecture could hold people through life's most challenging moments, what role might it play in shaping the generations still to come? As the prize entered its third decade, architecture began to increasingly look forward, imagining not just how we live now, but how future generations might learn, grow, and thrive. It was a decade that would prove that architecture could be both deeply human and boldly futuristic, more complex and more collaborative than ever before. Nowhere was that clearer than in how Britain reimagined its places of learning. Kingston University's townhouse, winner of the prize in 2021, was described as a theatre for life and a warehouse of ideas by Lord Foster at the time, that brought together students and the wider community under one roof.
The experience we wanted people to have as they entered the building was to know that they were welcomed within this institution. Learning, collaboration and interaction are the very essence of a university, and that you might be studying one particular discipline, but the joy of seeing something else on the periphery of your vision really informs your education. The layering of the acoustic divides was scientifically important. That was something that was key.
When you go into the building and it's busy, it's still calm and it's not reverberant. Architecture is a vessel. It's an acoustic vessel as well as a vessel of light. The Stirling Prize is highly respected in the UK, and for a university to receive that prize is a fantastic endorsement of the energy and the labour and all the things that go with making a building.
I think that the ambition of the project was to find connections, to blur boundaries, and to make people aware of the beauty of their place and of each other.
Are prizes appreciated? Will they be appreciated in 30 years' time? Do they still have a validity? I think they will have arguably even more validity. How could you not celebrate the importance and the power of design for social change, for addressing inequality, reducing carbon footprint, improving the quality of life? Whether it's a hospital that people are treated, whether it's the workplace, it's putting the people, the customer, the traveller, the patient at the centre. And that is the very essence of design. And that's really what determines the quality of our lives.